Whenever the concept of blindness is used, it is usually done for a specific reason. It emphasizes the level of sight in blindness, can carry some irony, can mirror things such as moral blindness, can highlight other senses, and the blind can see what others are blind to.
Metaphorically blind is when one is unaware of what's happening around them and they fail to see reality, truth, and love. Another is physically blind, where they are perceptive to the feeling of others and they are able to see beyond what the eyes can. Blinded as a boy in an accident that gave him heightened senses, Matt Murdock begins fighting this rising criminal element by night as a costume vigilante. Observe how the Daredevil uses his heightened senses. Daredevil often uses his senses to determine the truth and serve justice, either by sitting upon a rooftop or standing in a courtroom. He is able to discover what the city will never know. As Foster states, the blind can see and the sighted are blind.
In the movie The Book of Eli, Eli is a blind traveler wandering America's wastelands. He believes he is on a mission from God, following the instructions of the small boys. We then, to protect the holy book at all costs, to save the devastated world with the wisdom the Bible contains.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Verse 2. And the earth was without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Verse 3. Then God said, let there be light. And there was light.
Since Eli was the one who had the last remaining copy of the Bible and was able to read it, God gave him guidance and protection and the gifts of sight to complete his task. This is why his eyes were normal at the start of the film and clouded by the end. As said in the book, a character who cannot see has a sense that guides them, as if an alternative to the eyes. Pay attention to Gatsby and how he doesn't hesitate to make excuses for Daisy when Nick figures out it was truly her who killed Myrtle.
See, after we left New York, she was very nervous. She thought that driving would steady her. But this woman, she rushed out at us. It all happened so quickly. It wasn't her fault, you see.
When she hits and kills Myrtle Wilson and then leaves the scene, it shows that she does not have a conscience. To Daisy, Myrtle is easily replaceable. She does not take part of the social elite. So in Daisy's eyes, what difference does her death make?
Gatsby's. I know Mr. Gatsby will be very happy that you've called.
Hello? Hello?
Even when getting shot due to Daisy's mistake, Gatsby is still in love with her.
I rang, I wrote, I implored, but not a single one of the sparkling hundreds that enjoyed his hospitality attended the funeral. And from Daisy, not even a flower. I was all he had, the only one who cared.
Gatsby is blind to Daisy's selfish and shallow personality. He is in love with this idealized image that he has created for her. Gatsby was metaphorically blinded by love, so he could not see the truth about Daisy and was not able to manage his emotion over reason.
In this Grey's Anatomy episode, the hospital is put on lockdown and Dr. Ben Warren is faced with the decision on how to deal with the pregnant woman without the proper surgical equipment.
I had to do it to save her. There was no other option. You understand that, right?
It's easy to figure out what you should have done when you replay it.
I found something.
You see your mistakes. You know how you'd correct them.
So, the doors were locked, the elevator wouldn't open. Gretchen was unconscious, and DeLuca found a crash cart.
But that's the kicker, isn't it?
You were trapped.
We were trapped.
You got ready to open her up. You had a choice.
No, that's not what happened. I didn't know that the doors had opened.
Well, I'm looking at it, so are you.
No, I don't care. Look, I didn't know.
No, you saw what you wanted to see. You made a choice
Do
that you
really
wanted to
believe that?
make. What else am I supposed to
Shut up!
believe?
I am your damn husband.
The intern Dr. Warren was so focused on saving the woman in labor that he didn't even realize that the elevator had opened. Dr. Warren's main goal was to save the woman and her baby. He may have seen the elevators open, but that information never got processed through his brain. Warren was metaphorically blind due to the adrenaline rush of saving lives.